Hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit here, back again with Hunter Hunter. We are on episode 31. We are with Gon and Killua, who are at the Heavens Arena. They've made their way up past, well not past actually, they are on the 200th floor. And they've got their first taste of it, or at least Gon has anyway. And he ended up getting fucked up by Guido. By TKO, so total knockout, and he's going to be out with 4 months recovery. Apparently, that's what they said. Anyway, that's like the official recovery time. But I feel like with Gon himself, I think he's come out of like when he was in a sling before, when his arm was broken the first time. I feel like he got out of it before he was supposed to, kind of thing. So he has this sort of this quicker healing factor thing going on. And whatnot, but yeah, we'll have them two with Wing, who is trying to keep them on the right track and all of that good stuff. And then we did actually check in with Kurapika as well, who went to the Blacklist Agency place, and apparently he has to learn about Nen and all of that stuff as well if he wants to join. That's kind of like a prerequisite, I think. That's what it seemed to be anyway. So Kurapika met with some guy. And all of that, and he's going to teach him, I suppose, about this whole Nen thing. So yeah, I don't know if in this episode we're going to drop in with Leo and see how he's doing or not, but I guess the only way to find out is to go in and see. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else to really talk about. We're going to get in episode 31, see what we get. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, episode 31. Alright, so I guess we'll just start from the very beginning. Yeah, so I mentioned during the opening that Kurapika, I think, has had an art style change, like a character change. He looks very different in the opening. And from what I remember from last episode as well, he did I don't know how you would describe it. Like, he seems like a bit more full, like he's fuller. If that makes sense, I don't know, but that's the one that kind of showed me. I don't know what it is about it. Something's different, and I can't put my finger on it. Fuller is the only word I can really use to try and describe the difference there. So if anyone knows, let me know in the comments. But yeah, so Gon is recovered with only 1 month. On average, it was supposed to be 4 months, and he ended up doing it in 1 month. So he has roughly a quarter of the time that it would normally take. So if he gets injured again, and there is some kind of there's an actual recovery time that it states as how long it's going to take, then we'll just take off 75%, and then that's how long it'll probably take, unless he's able to train it and then increase it even further. But I just don't know how the fuck that would work, unless he's got some kind of regenerative capabilities, some kind of that form of magic. Because up until this point, I have been asking what kind of abilities and things that are out there, with Ahsoka and stuff like that, through the examination and stuff like that. It never really went into that kind of stuff. It's still a mystery in a lot of regards. Though we do know about Nen now. Now, I'm wondering if Nen itself is actually the only. Nah, it can't be. I don't think that's the case. Although when it comes to Nen, I feel like that's one of a few ways of using. I don't know, maybe it is. Because Nen is basically using your own aura, right? So it's technically using your aura and your sort of own life force as a sort of mana pool. So maybe it is, maybe Nen is the only magic sort of, what would you call it? Source in this world. like Nen maybe being like the only technique, and then you can branch off from that and do different things. Like we're seeing here with Castro, how he can like double himself, but he says that he does it with Nen. So, interesting. But yeah. So anyway, back onto the list after 1 month recovery. I wrote down scalpers. Killua mentioned something like scalpers, and I don't know what he was. I don't think he elaborated on exactly what that was. Because he said, yeah, so he got tickets to the Hisoka match. There are even scalpers hawking them. Scalpers. I'm trying to think, like, because they're called scalpers, I'm kind of picturing what they would be, because I feel like it's almost like it's like a literal term for these guys, scalpers. Like, it might not be like their official, like they're not like known officially as scalpers, but that's what they're kind of called because they sort of scalp. I mean, it's kind of like their tickets, like to so it could be like the equivalent of when people buy tickets to like concerts or things, right, online, and then they go outside of the arena where these people are playing, and then like sell them like in front of the arena and stuff. I think it's legal and stuff, but like it could be something equivalent to that, and whatnot, or it could be, I don't know. I guess, yeah, I feel like that's the only thing I can really come up with regarding that. Because I was thinking like maybe it's got something to do with like people basically getting information on the fighters themselves, but I don't see how that would be. Nah, I don't think that's it. So yeah, but that's the only thing I've really got on scalpers. But you know, Killua mentioned it, so I don't know if it'll come back up again. We'll see. So yeah, so we've got the wins and losses ratio for both Hisoka and Castro. So Hisoka has won 8. He's lost 3, but he forfeited them. Now I don't know if Killua so he's killed 6 people. But he's won 8, so he didn't kill 2 of them. But yeah, he forfeited the 3. Yeah. He signed up for a fight and didn't show. But every time Hisoka has fought, he hasn't lost. So when he forfeited, then he didn't actually go into the fight. He just gave up. Like, he didn't actually go to that fight. Yeah, and he's been knocked down once, and he's had 3 clean hits to him, which was delivered by Castro as well. So I guess then Hisoka was already registered to the Heavens Arena in the 200s floor when he decided to go take the Hunter exam in between. Because it was Castro that dealt him that knockdown and the 3 clean hits, right? And that was 2 years ago. So yeah, interesting. And then Castro himself has got 9 wins and 1 loss. So the 1 loss was obviously by Hisoka, right? And bloody hell. So because of that, because of the reasoning why, like, because, you know, Castro himself has 9 wins, he only needs 1 more, and then he goes to being a floor master, right? Is that right? I can't remember. Shit, I can't fucking remember. Not even sure if I did actually write it down. Oh, I think you need 10 wins, and then you can fight the floor master that's on that floor, right? and that's how it works. And then if you win, you take over that. I think that's how it works. So yeah, just because of that, I mean, here's the thing: Hisoka's been absolutely. I don't even want to say trampled on this episode, because I mean, like, he didn't get a single hit in, and he got absolutely decimated. I mean, he's lost a fucking arm, for Christ's sake. But because he's so fucking nonchalant about anything, like, the guys took, like, Castro's just taking his arm, and he's fine with it. he was expecting that was going to happen. It's like, the guy's nuts. It's like he always has a plan. You know what I mean? He's never fucking shocked about anything. So the fact is that Castro only needs one more win. I still feel like Hisoka's going to win this battle, you know? So yeah, I'm hoping we get to see the end of that next episode. I feel like we're going now, so that should be good. But yeah, so Killua can conceal his presence as well. I don't think we've ever seen that before. I don't think that's ever been confirmed either until this episode. I might be wrong though. I mean, one of the things is the fact is, you know, he's an assassin, so to conceal his presence would almost be like something that, you know, he should have, because he's a part of it. Like, you know what I mean? That's probably one of the first things he actually learned. I'm just, because I don't think he's ever had to conceal his presence before, you know? He's never been around anyone that requires him to do so. So yeah, but it was really cool, like, seeing him conceal his presence, going up to the door, and then all of a sudden Castro's behind him. Castro basically saying, it's like, you know, you've got an aura so big that you should have concealed your presence before even getting up to this floor, which is interesting as well, because, you know, even though it might seem like it's great that you've got an aura that is so big and so powerful that, like, you know, like, oh, that's a good thing, like, you have more to access, you know, but the fact that it is so big means that it can be a disadvantage in that regard then, you know, if you're wanting to, like, conceal your presence and stuff, you know what I mean, because it is so big, like, it can be felt from further away, which is interesting. And then yeah, we had Castro fighting Hisoka. He brought out this technique called Tiger Bite Fist, and then later on, the true one. So there was a sort of, I guess, fake one. I almost got the feeling like he was acting like it was like the true one from the beginning, you know what I mean? But then it kind of just makes sense that he brought it out anyway, and then told everyone, so no, this is my true one, you know. But it's just, I can say it's like just a strategy that he's playing. It's like, oh, that wasn't even my, you know, that was my weak Tiger Bite Fist. So it could be like a mental thing that he's playing with Hisoka. It's like, yeah, that was my weak one. You don't know what's coming next, you know. Keep your opponent sort of on your toes and not knowing what's going to come up, you know. Gives them the biggest advantage. But yeah, I was sort of right beforehand. Like I did say, it's not an after image, but it's like a pre-image. It kind of worked in the same way. The only difference is that it's not an image; it's an actual thing. So it's a double, or what they're calling it a doppelganger. But to me, that's not the same thing. Like, a doppelganger, I mean, they even explained it in the subtitles. It was like, you know, a doppelganger is somebody that you spot who is exactly like you. And that's the thing. It's like, yeah, someone who you spot. Like, it's not something you create yourself. That's not a doppelganger. You know what I mean? Like, you know, a doppelganger is something that you're unaware of until it's there, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Then you spot it and you're like, holy shit, like, that's me. But what he's doing is just generating another one of himself. So it's not really a doppelganger. I would think that's the wrong term for it, really. I was waiting, when they first mentioned it, I was waiting to see whether that's just the term they give for it in this world. So it has a slight different meaning in this world, but I don't think so, because the way he explained it, it was like an actual, like, that's the actual explanation for it in our world, you know? So, you know, but so I think that's like the incorrect term. You know, he's basically just creating another one of him from himself. You know, and then he basically has that one attack first, and then whilst essentially the real one takes like an advantageous position, so more than likely behind them, and whatnot, and has the first one attack and then immediately disappear, whilst the, you know, the one behind can get in another attack. And yeah, Hisoka's arm got. I don't know how like he is so. Hisoka's just so crazy and so fucking interesting. Like the fact is, he gave up one hand, and I just he did it knowing that, you know, if he gives himself up, and doesn't focus on dodging or anything like that, then he can focus entirely on what the guy's doing. So he gave it up, knowing that that was the only way he would be able to figure out exactly how he did it. You know, but the fact that he never even flinched, he never, like, nothing. You know what I mean? It's like, great, it's gone. He like, any other ordinary person would fucking, you would feel it. I mean, come on, Hisoka, what the hell? Is he like using Nen to, like, I don't know, shut off his fucking fucking, what do you call them? Can't even remember the fucking name now. Why the fuck can't... Oh, God's sake, this always happens. Well, it doesn't really, but, you know, it's happened every so often. Shit! Why can't I fucking remember? Pinpoint things! I can't... This is annoying. Fucking pain receptor bullshit. I don't know. I actually need to look it up because it's going to do my head in. I need to literally look up how do we feel pain. Fuck's sake. Nerves, for fuck's sake. I couldn't think of the fucking word nerve. Stupid fucking brain, man. Yeah, like, is he able to use Nen to shut off his fucking nervous system in certain parts of his body so he doesn't feel shit like that? I have no idea. It wouldn't surprise me though. But yeah, that's all I've got for this episode. So yeah, I'm gonna get straight into the next episode and see what happens with this fight. I still feel like Hisoka's still got it in the bag. You know what I mean? I just the way that he sort of acts, I just feel like he's not in any danger, even though his arm's off. So, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But that is all for this episode. So thank you for watching. In the description below, I have links to certain things. One of them is the Discord. If you want any information regarding my content, you can get yourself over there and ask me or one of the mods or anything like that. You can also come talk to me on the community as well. And I have a Patreon as well. So if you do want to support me on Patreon, that'd be very much appreciated. There's a bunch of different tiers and rewards depending on how much you want to support me with. So there's the early access tier for $5 a month. That gives you access to shows a week early. And you get 4 episodes of Hunter x Hunter every week as well. So by the time this is out on YouTube, there will be a shit ton of Hunter x Hunter episodes, you know what I mean? So even for, like, you know, if you want to pay for 1 month, just, you know, throw in a $5 for 1 month, you'd probably get access, like, I don't know, by the time this comes out on YouTube, you might have access all the way up to, like, episode 60 or something, you know? So if you want to get those episodes, then, you know, early access to the one for you. Full length, that is a $10 a month, gives you access to my full length library. Everything I react to gets a full length. I believe this episode and the next episode, and the previous 2 actually, will be all full length as well. I'm just, you know, throwing some in there. Exclusive tier is the $15 a month, gives you access to shows a week. No, $15 is the exclusive tier. That gives you access to a bonus show, which I'm currently reacting to, which is 7 Deadly Sins. $50, that is the elite tier. Every time you pay $50, you get a choice of a show that you want me to react to, and I will react to it. It will go to the back of the list, span about 7 shows. Might take me a while to get round to it, but I will do eventually. But if you don't want to wait that long and you want your show to be reacted to next, and you want to get God tier, which is $100. But that is all. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.